Good morning, Lowell here. I'm currently researching and writing a book on longevity, and I'm in a longevity hotspot here in Japan. In fact, it's the true blue zone in Japan. This is my journey beyond the blue zone, and I'm chasing the cherry blossoms again. I had done it 25 years ago by bicycle. We left Okinawa early March, just after the cherry blossoms in Okinawa, sailed north to southern Kyushu to the islands of Amami. I planned on continuing sailing with my trusty and masterful first mate, Ian, but alas, the boat was too slow and I got sick along the way, so we pulled into Amami. I left the boat there, and by airplane I went on leg 2, and my objective was to get to Shimane, which is the #1 blue zone in Japan. Arrived in the town of Matsue just in time to see the cherry blossoms, and a few days later took a 2.5-hour ferry ride to the remote island of Ama to meet up with my friends who had sailed from California to Ama Island on the far side of Japan. You're going to meet them shortly. You're going to hear some tips they have for people sailing across the Pacific and for cruising Japan. Also meet up with some of their friends that they arranged for me to meet who had interesting stories to tell.
Tyler and Julia made it across the Pacific and all the way to the backside of Japan. And here we are in our new life.
Indeed, on Ramona Rae.
Yeah. On Ramona Rae. Sorry it's been so silent.
My friends Tyler and Julia came here last year on this boat from California. Yeah, so what tips do you have?
Tips for sailing to or in Japan? Well, we sailed from California to Japan, stopping only in Hawaii. I recommend, if you have the time, to take the southern route. But if you're going to go straight across, it's really hard to time when exactly to cross the Pacific because winter's no good and typhoon season's not great. Yeah, early spring is supposed to be best. We were a bit late. I highly recommend getting a weather router because they know the weather better than you, and a typhoon is one thing that you don't want to run into. We left California mid-March. We left Hawaii mid-May. And once you're in Japan, one interesting thing that you may have heard about Japan is you don't really need to anchor. We have never dropped anchor since leaving the US.
It's not so common to anchor out here, and there's a lot of traffic, fishing traffic. So, it's just not something they do here.
Yeah, it's best to avoid anchoring unless you're somewhere so far from any civilization that there's no boats going, but I don't know if that exists in Japan. So don't need to anchor. There's fishing walls all over the country. We're on one right now.
Never once used. Windlass.
Never
anchored in Japan. Not
a year ago, we were all together on the same boat in Hawaii.
Indeed.
Yep.
How come it's so cold here?
I know, this is crazy. Same time of year and much colder.
We were dressed very differently back then.
Yeah.
And Brian, you finally made it to Japan.
I did, as promised.
But we made it. She made it.
Indeed.
Lots of hurdles, but she's here.
Good.
She's for sale.
Okay. I happened to arrive on the weekend of the annual tug-of-war competition.
That's true. One of them is like kind of drunk already, and he said, "Oh, I drank too much."
Yeah.
That's good.
I was delighted that I'd finally caught up to the cherry blossoms in Shimane Prefecture. We then joined in the party that night.
Exactly 1 year ago, we were in Hawaii. Now we're in Japan.
From America to Japan. Who's the faces behind the picture?
Hey!
And I'm wanting to gather stories and share insights from those who are living active lives. People like Mr. Shige, the barber here on this island. He's over 80 years old. He's still active, and he wants to set a world's record and be the oldest working barber in the world he wants to work to at least 100 years old. Itadakimasu!
ビデオの祭りね。
これかっこいいよ。あ、一気にバーンとスタイルだな。
元気に生きてるのはこれも一つじゃない
ああ、そうか。
So, and Sakimi-san was a delight.
の天気で過ごすこと。
ですか。毎日がの天気。
の天気。81歳よ、昭和19年生まれだから。
82.
82. Wakai. Genki ne?
はい。
Yeah.
ありがとう。
In Japan, the average lifespan is 85 years old. Older for women, younger for men. The average healthy lifespan is 73 years old. Slightly older for women, slightly younger for men. And healthy lifespan is defined by the Japanese government as living unassisted. Now that I'm 70, I have a keen interest in that subject. I'm off to the next longevity hotspot. They're playing Old Lang Syne. Thanks for everything. Just said goodbye to Ama Island. So having finished leg 2 in Shimane-ken, the true blue zone of Japan, because it has the highest number of centenarians anywhere in Japan, I now go on leg 3, which takes me inland to the Japanese Alps, to the prefecture that has the highest life expectancy rates in Japan. And there I come in touch with an old acquaintance who's had quite an influence